What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out. Now, for this video, we are going to be jumping into Green Lantern issue number 5. And this is the Green Lantern of the Infinite Frontier. And if you haven't been keeping up with this line, go ahead and check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything that's been going on with the Green Lantern Corps since the Infinite Frontier began. Now, we last left off with them trying to figure out what happened to the central battery. Why did all of the Green Lantern rings depower, and how and who could be responsible for all of this? Going down the list, believing that the one most possibly responsible for this is of course Sinestro of the Yellow Lantern Corps. And hearing this information, we see our young teen lantern Kelly make her way to the homeworld of the Yellow Lanterns. And with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into issue number 5, we're picking up on New Korger. And this entire time, we're getting narration from a Yellow Lantern. Now, for those that didn't read Future State, you're not gonna know what happened to Jessica Cruz. But Jessica Cruz ended up becoming a Yellow Lantern. And so that is who is giving us narration throughout this entire book. But our story picks us up in the quarters of Sinestro, because Sinestro, he has been indulging in the high life. When it comes to women, drinking, whatever he wants to do, he is doing it. But as he wakes up this morning is vastly different than most. Because as he gets up and he looks to the sky, this is where he sees tons of his ships being destroyed and a giant bright green light construct taking them all out. And that light construct looking like a giant Cthulhu, or looking like a freaking Pokemon. What was the Pokemon's name? It was Tentacruel. Looking like this giant freaking Pokemon just swatting down ships left and right. They immediately alert the Elite Guard. And we see the Elite Guard come in on her. But they don't know the power of this young teen lantern. And with her rage being fueled by wanting to find Sinestro, blaming Sinestro for the death of many lanterns and the disappearance of her mentor, John Stewart. She is so enraged right now, nothing seems like it could stop her. And with these two forces colliding, there is a giant light explosion. And what we see is all of the Elite Guard falling from the sky, as well as Kelly. And Kelly goes crashing down into the ground, plummeting into the cement. But it doesn't take long for her to stand up and create a light construct of John Stewart himself, but only standing about 30 stories high. And with this light construct, she starts laying waste to any of the forces that come upon her. But while she is busy fighting all of the forces in one direction, we see a hooded Yellow Lantern come floating down behind her, coming behind her and using the ring's power to manipulate her mind, to make her see her biggest fears. That fear is being alone. And this hooded individual, this is Jessica Cruz. Well, it doesn't say so, and she never says her name in this issue. Those that read Future State, they know exactly who this is. And so using the ring's power, she temporarily shuts down the kid's mind, putting her into an unconscious state. We see the light construct of John Stewart slowly start to disappear. And then we see young Kelly collapse to the ground. But without skipping a beat, this is when a message comes in, saying that the United Planets are dropping somebody in. And from the sky, a giant green ball drops down right beside them. And from it, we see Simon in some kind of Green Lantern, Iron Man type suit. And our Yellow Lantern at first tries having a conversation, but Simon isn't hearing it, and Simon immediately goes in for the attack. In doing this, Jessica Cruz ends up creating a serpent light construct and sends it after him, being able to constrict him and calm him down. She lets him know that she is not trying to capture any of them. She is trying to give them the opportunity to escape, because the rest of the Yellow Lantern Corps, they are on their way right now, and if they get here, there is nothing that she can do to stop them, that this is their one chance to be able to escape, telling Simon that the kid has huge potential. If the kid had actually been trained and knew what she was doing, this could have gone drastically, catastrophically different. And so hurrying them out, saying Simon's name, Simon is confused, unsure how this Yellow Lantern knows his name, but there is no time to explain. And with that, we see him pick up Kelly and they take off into space. And as they look back, they see that the Yellow Lantern has disappeared. Now, this is the part in the story where we pick up with John Stewart, currently stranded on some random planet. He is fighting for his life to be able to get out of here. And with him and all of the local people having defeated the slavers that have come here to enslave them and collect the bounty on John Stewart's head, which is a bounty that is on every Green Lantern's head. And as they gather all of the bodies up, the people of this planet are wondering what to do next. What is their next course of action now that the slavers know their location? And so because of this, they have more or less a town meeting. And this town meeting is met with some hostility, because as it stands, they believe that John Stewart is the reason that these slavers came here in the first place. And because of that, they think that they should kill John Stewart, or at the very least, hand him over and bargain for their freedom. Now, of course, there are those that stand up for him, that try to defend him, because for the last year, John Stewart has been here defending and fighting alongside of them, not complaining, not asking for anything in return. He has just been helping these people like a Green Lantern would do, and claiming that John Stewart is one of them. But this is where we see John Stewart walk into the room and let them know that he's not. At the end of the day, no matter how much he fights beside them, no matter how much he helps them, no matter how long he lives here, he is not one of them. And because the slavers come looking for John Stewart, this place is no longer going to be safe for anybody. And he apologizes to them, but giving him up, it's not going to work, because at the end of the day, John Stewart is just a bonus to the overall haul they could get from all of the individuals here. And as it's standing, they really only have about 15 or 20 days before they see slavers return. And so in that time, John Stewart, he says that it's a good idea to try to figure out how to get off-world. But the issue stands, there are hundreds and thousands of them. And because of this, they don't have enough transports to get off-world, because the last star drive was destroyed during the Barrier War. But John Stewart, he gives them hope and tells them that they just need to reignite these star drives. If they can do this, they can get everybody off the planet. And so them using what little power they do have on the planet, they ignite one of the star drives. Igniting this one drive, they use it to ignite all the other ships, this giving them an exit off of the planet. And as they make their way into the stars, John Stewart, using the little Green Lantern helmet he has, using this to guide his way to where the Green Lanterns currently are. And that's what's going to bring them to the little makeshift Green Lanterns headquarters out here in space. And so though he may have thought many of the Green Lanterns had died, that many of them had been lost, it appears that they are more resilient than anyone gave them credit for, because they are still out here in the stars. They are still trying to gather and rescue any Green Lantern that is out there requiring some kind of help. And with him making his landing, he is greeted by many Green Lanterns. Most of them are extremely glad and grateful and joyful to see him here, but not all of the Lanterns are. And we see one of the Lanterns come up and punch John Stewart in the face, because he was the quest leader. He was responsible for all of the Lanterns that went out. And when they needed him most, he was stuck on another planet. And though this is through no fault of his own, This lantern, she's just angry. She's striking out because she is upset, and she needs somebody to blame for all of this. Because as it stands, they don't even know what happened, who's responsible, or why their rings are not working. And as they pull her away and try to calm her down, this all gets interrupted by a transmission. A transmission from the one and only, the amazing, the powerful freaking Kilowog. And Kilowog is still out there. Without his Green Lantern ring, he is still out there. He's trying to survive, but this is an SOS call because right now they are getting bombarded and they need immediate help. They need some immediate evacuation. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Personally, I really enjoyed this issue. You know, I really thought Kelly might go there and beat Sinestro. I really thought they were going to try to pull that over on us. But I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad Sinestro never even left his room. He let everybody else deal with this. And that's not to understate Kelly's power and her gauntlet's power. Like, she went there, she was giving it to the elite guard and a lot of Sinestro's defenses. But at the end of the day, she is untrained, she is wild and undisciplined. And all of these factors led to her easily being defeated by somebody like Jessica Cruz that knew exactly what to do. And I know a lot of people aren't going to be thrilled with Jessica Cruz becoming a Yellow Lantern, but I'm really interested to see where they're going to go with this story. I really want to know what their idea is. You know, it could end up just being a complete flop, but I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to give them the opportunity to really let this play out and see how Jessica Cruz does as a Yellow Lantern. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you have not yet, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out, and until the next breakdown.